Hello, this is Nitin Dahad with Times. I have the honor of having a conversation with the Undersecretary for the Ministry of Communications and Information Technology in Oman, His Excellency Dr. Ali Shidhani. Hello, how are you?
Hello, nice to meet you.
Thank you for taking the time to speak. I know there's an exciting moment in in the country's history with all the things going on in semiconductors.
Absolutely.
And the interest both regionally and globally. And we've just organized this semiconductor conference here.
Yes.
Tell me a little bit about this is all part of the Vision 2040
Yes.
in your own sort of plans. Tell me what's the semiconductor element and the broader picture.
Absolutely. So, first of all, thank you very much for having me in this interview. Oman is currently executing a national vision called Vision 2040. And this vision aspires for Oman to become a leading nation in several aspects, in health, innovation, education. So this is a national vision that touches every aspect of the Omani citizens' lives. Oman, as you know, is a country that depends heavily on oil and gas.
Yes.
And we've been dependent on that source of revenue, but it is volatile and it is subject to the geopolitical situation, and uncertainty is high. And we've been through periods where oil prices have been fluctuated, and that impacted our plans, it impacted our development, it impacted projects, and so on. So Vision 2040, the aspiration there is that Oman accelerates its diversification efforts and lower its dependency on oil and gas as much as possible, and accelerates its path towards other economies, such as the logistics economy, the mining economy, the tourism economy. And one of the economies that are one of the potential economies for Oman is the digital economy.
Okay.
So to realize that vision where digital economy becomes a contributor to the national economy, the government is executing the National Digital Economy Program.
Okay.
So this is a national program that that goes in parallel with Vision 2040, and it was endorsed by the cabinet in 2021. And the objective here is that the digital economy becomes a main contributor to the national economy. Currently, the digital economy constitutes about 2% of the GDP.
Okay.
The aspiration is for the digital economy to form around 10% of the GDP by 2040.
So that's 5x.
Yes,
Okay.
5x, indeed. For that to happen, the National Digital Economy Program is actioned in 8 separate executive programs. Each executive program has projects, list of projects, KPIs, objectives, budget to execute. And it is executed by different agencies within the government. So out of the 8 programs or executive programs, there is one dedicated for digital industry.
Okay.
And digital industry program is the program that looks after creating new digital industries in the country. And by doing that, trying to shape up the country and change the nature of the economy from a consuming economy of technology to a producing economy of technology. We want to move away.
There's quite a transition.
It is,
yeah.
But we are not, we know how difficult this is, but we want to bank on the heritage that we have in the oil and gas industry, for example. The oil and gas industry is a matured industry in the country, and that's where there are opportunities to start producing and move away from consumption of technology in that industry to becoming becoming producer of technology, because there is a market and because there is history and there is know-how in Oman. So we are not saying we want to be producers of technology in all fields or all aspects, but we want to be producers in areas where we have abundance of knowledge, abundance of projects, markets, and so on, such as the oil and gas industry. So going back to the 8 programs,
yes,
and the one in focus is the digital industry program. In the digital industry, we've identified few industries that we want to develop throughout the course of the National Digital Economy Program. One of them is semiconductors. So semiconductor is a new industry that we want to develop, and we want to create local capabilities, companies, know-how, attracting foreign direct investments to build up the ecosystem of the semiconductor industry. Other industries that are also related is the data center industry.
yes, correct, yes.
So as you know, Oman already enjoys a couple of competitive advantages, like its geographical location, where it is in the center of the world. So with data center and connectivity, location matters.
Yeah.
Also in Oman we have abundance of submarine cables that are landing in Oman. Therefore data centers are very latency dependent and sensitive.
Yeah.
And therefore having multiple cables ensures better reliability, better redundancy, better availability, and also speed. So geographical location, data center, submarine cables, availability of submarine cables, and the neutrality of the country. The country, as you might know, is very neutral, friends with every country in the world. And sometimes we've been characterized as the Switzerland of the Middle East.
Okay.
In an area where there are so many tensions and conflicts, Oman always stood in the middle and always have being a positive actor in solving problems and bringing up positivity and peace versus conflict and disruption. And if you want to save your data somewhere, you want to save it in a place where it is safe and neutral.
People go to Switzerland for saving their money.
Absolutely. They should come to Oman to save data.
Yeah.
So let's go back to semiconductors. So digital industry program looks after different industries that we think in Oman we need to develop and we need to work on. One of them was semiconductors, the other one is data centers, and there are others that we are building, like cybersecurity, for example, and so on. So going back to semiconductor, the semiconductor ecosystem is huge, and there are so many aspects to it, from design to fabrication, to verification, to testing, to packaging, distribution, and so on. So there are so many things.
Yes.
And we've started exploring semiconductor industry 3 or 4 years ago. And we've been interacting with companies around the world who, we meet in conferences and we meet part of delegations. And our objective was to try and see which companies would be interested to set up shop here in Oman. Whether it is an R&D office or it is a factory or a fab, we didn't know exactly what will hit, but we were exploring the market. One of the competitive advantages that we have here in Oman is that we have a free trade agreement with the US.
Okay.
And with the free trade agreement with the US, this means that we are a reliable partner with the United States. And with a world that is now a little bit polarized when it comes to semiconductors and
trade in
electronics
general, really.
and trade in general.
Yes.
Everyone is looking for a place where the origin of products are not this country or that country, but okay if it is from Oman, for example. So we are trying to also capitalize on that,
Okay.
and try to co-invest and work with factories who wants to assemble, test semiconductor products to set up their factories here in Oman. And in addition to the free trade agreement, Oman has several free zones scattered around the country.
Okay.
And free zones gives additional incentives and additional benefits to companies to come and set up their factories here in Oman.
It's a common incentive in many countries.
Absolutely, yes. But what is very unique about Oman, and this was evident during COVID, is the free zones in Oman are attached to ports. And if you are attached to a port, then you have access to the ocean and you have access to distribution. And because of the location of Oman, we are out of all tension points that are in the region.
Okay. Yes.
Therefore, we are somewhat immune from any supply chain choke points.
That's right.
or disruptions. So we want to bank on that as well,
Okay.
as a competitive edge for Oman. So we started working with semiconductor companies. We worked with GSME, who were the first semiconductor company to open here in Oman.
Yes.
And they've hired 100 engineers. And it was a collaborative effort between the Ministry of Transport, Communication, Information Technology and the Ministry of Labor,
Okay.
where Ministry of Labor provided subsidy for training for the engineers. And the team have done a great job. And they've produced they've designed a couple of semiconductor chips, which were later on fabricated at TSMC in Taiwan. And from there, we also had the first ISES conference back in 2023, and it was a great success. So many executives attended the conference from the semiconductor industry. They came to know more about Oman. We also learned more about the semiconductor industry and companies around the world. The snowball started, growing. The Oman Investment Authority, which is the sovereign wealth fund of Oman, they have dedicated group of companies investing in different sectors, including technology. So the group that is responsible for technology, it's called IDCA Group, have also, started investing in semiconductor companies like GSME and others. And now the momentum is growing. We've also signed an MOU with Keynes Technology from India. Yes, I saw
earlier this year. You announced that. Yes.
And
Keynes is an OSAT.
Yes.
EMS.
Yes, it's an EMS company, and now we are in discussion with several other companies. Some of these companies, they have requirements, and we're trying to fulfill these requirements. Some of them look for investments, so we work with IDCA to place the right investments for them. We've been also working heavily on training and capacity building on semiconductors. We've been also working closely with universities in Oman to redirect the curriculum to be more practical and
Okay.
like your your standard electronic engineering curriculum. We wanted them to use the latest technologies, the latest EDA tools, uplift their labs to make it more modern, so that graduates they are much closer to what the market is looking
They're
for.
employable at the end, because I think
Absolutely.
that's the key.
Absolutely. Fast forward now, today is the second day of the second edition of the conference
Yes.
with ISEC, and we've seen a very good number of companies who have showed up, good number of executives, excellent conversations that we are having with companies. This means that the interest is becoming bigger. Companies started to know Oman more. 3-4 years ago, we didn't have a story to tell. Today, we have more than 250 students or graduates who are trained and ready. We have a couple of companies, 4 or 5 companies, which we're invested in. We are very proud to say that we have Omani startups in semiconductors. Startups like Iknan, like Ansor, like Alf Micro. These are Omani startups in semiconductor.
I didn't know Alif. Yes, Alif Micro. Yes. I talked to them today. Yes.
Yeah. So, I mean, 3-4 years ago, the semiconductor industry was not a topic to discuss. It was not there. We were just, starting. Today, we have companies that we are proud of. We have companies that we have attracted. We have an event that goes on for the second time. And we are also working on developing a center of excellence.
Okay. Yeah.
We've noticed that when companies ask about the talent pool in Oman, they find out that what the universities are graduating is not ready for what they need.
That was my point about employability.
Yes, absolutely.
Yes.
That's one thing. The other thing, there is no open lab where you can go and test, or clean rooms that you can go and rent and do any tests that you want. So we want to incorporate that in the Center of Excellence. So the Center of Excellence is going to be a place for training, capacity building, testing, clean rooms, and also coaching and mentoring for startups.
Will that be located in a university campus or in industry, or how does that?
That's a very good question. That's a very good question, because this was a subject of debate.
Okay.
Whether this Center of Excellence should be attached to a university, and this means that it has a more academic flavor, or should it be attached to an industry, so it is more.
So I mean, as EE Times viewers and readers know, I was recently in Arkansas in the US.
Okay.
And
Little Rock.
Well, didn't go there, but the University of Arkansas on its campus has developed this silicon carbide fab.
Oh yes.
And they have Wolfspeed on the campus, the room, and so they've got not just the academia, but they've got the startup incubator.
Absolutely.
They've got the fab where people can experiment, and with real process technologies.
Yes.
And so there's that, and then, for example, I was in Malta with their Center of Excellence for Semiconductors, and Malta in Europe, not the US. And again, it's tied into the university, and it's been run by various organizations inputting like IMEC and ST Microelectronics.
Classically, these kind of centers of excellence are attached to universities.
Yes.
We have not made our mind yet, but we are very clear on our vision for the Center of Excellence. We want this Center of Excellence to breed startups.
Okay.
Yes, we want to build capacity. We want to build, talents. We want to educate, train, and so on. But really, we want this to be looked at as a commercial, commercial project that breeds startups that can go out and, start the new new wave of
So it's kind of a
innovation.
return on the government investment,
Yes.
but also hopefully the industry investment.
Absolutely.
Okay.
So that's the model that we are thinking about.
Okay.
We are thinking that this is going to be a joint investments between government and industry.
Okay.
That's why the location is now, questionable whether it should be in the university or independently, because it's going to be a joint investment between the government and the private sector.
What's the timeline, and have you started those conversations with industry already?
Yes,
and
we
have multinational or overseas companies said, "Oh, we want to do this."
Yes, we had, and in fact, what we did to give fair chance to everyone to participate is that we floated a tender.
Oh,
for
good.
this.
Okay. Yes.
So we floated a tender, and we are now in the final selection process. And based on the outcomes of the tender, we will start putting more details on the Center of Excellence and how do we build it. But I think the Center of Excellence is going to be a very important very important driver for the semiconductor industry in Oman.
And in that tender, is there like a timeline?
Yes, yes. So we are looking at 1.5 to 2 years timeline to get the Center of Excellence up and running.
Okay. Yeah. One of the things that's quite, you said companies are doing the ONSAR.
ONSAR, yes.
So I was at a conference in Santa Clara earlier this year in California, Sensors Converge. I was talking to a AI chip company, and they said we're talking to a company in Oman.
Yes.
And then I asked them today, and it sort of confirmed that the two connect.
Yes.
So it's quite interesting. It's a medical wearable type device. So there is awareness already, but
absolutely.
And obviously that you've done something right to get people working with you here.
We are very proud of Ansar. Ansar is also one of the early electronics company in Oman.
And just for the viewers, basically it's wearable glasses, spectacles, which are they've used various chips from various established companies, and what they're doing is recognizing epileptic fits early
and detecting seizures before it happens, like an hour before it happens.
Yes.
And they've done all the trials, they've done the pilot with Ministry of Health here in Oman. They are now productizing it, and I think when this goes out to the market, it's going to change the market. And it's going to change the health sector.
Right.
Millions of people suffer from seizures, which results in some accidents and many other,
The key for that would be to license it to existing glasses manufacturers as well, so that you don't have to take one off and the other.
Absolutely. And I'm sure they've accounted for that.
Yes.
So we are very proud of Ansar. They've produced this eyeglasses. They've produced, maybe it is not here in the show floor today, they didn't bring it here, but they've produced a laptop that projects in 3D, and you can see it with your bare eyes without wearing 3D glasses.
Okay.
And that's amazing for education, where you can view in 3D without the need of wearing 3D glasses.
Okay.
So the guys are doing a great job in Ansar, and so many other companies are also following in developing new innovation when it comes to the semiconductor industry.
Let's move on to a little bit more of the theme, one of the themes of the conference, which I moderated a panel on, which is collaboration and empowering the MENA semiconductor economy. What's the feeling within the region to do this in a coordinated way, so that you're not all doing exactly the same thing?
So let me start with the end.
Yes.
Even if we are doing the same thing,
So
I don't think
it's
it's
fine.
okay.
It's fine.
It's not enough.
Yeah.
The cake is big. There is a lot to do.
True.
Even if we do the same thing. However, we will come to a point where we will converge.
Yes.
Every country is now, exploring and trying to find what exactly the strategy is. But it's greenfield. There is a lot that we can all do.
Yes. And as you said, each can do independently. But
yes.
I think my point was more like make things more effective for each of you.
Absolutely. And these conversations are happening.
Okay.
And Oman is a member of the Digital Cooperation Organization, DCO. DCO is a 16-member state organization, which including all or most of the countries in the region. And DCO is an organization where like-minded countries come together to discuss policy, to advocate for digital policies and collaborate and work together. So we have an initiative under the DCO to create some sort of a semiconductor alliance under the DCO. And I think that's a very good platform for collaboration between these countries.
And it's within the region?
Not, 16 countries, that includes countries that are outside the region, like for example, Pakistan,
Jordan,
Jordan. Some countries in Africa as well are members of the DCO. So it goes beyond the region, but it is a very good platform for us to exchange notes, to share the strategies and find commonalities and start working together with common interest and mutual benefit for everyone.
Commonality and competition, because I think I think as you said earlier.
And commonality and competition is not unique for semiconductors or technology. It is in every field.
It's a very
industry, tourism.
Exactly.
As long as countries are next to each other, they will definitely compete and they will complement each other as well. In all industries, not just technology.
Now, I'm conscious we could talk forever, and I like talking about semiconductors. It sounds like you like to as well. But let's round off. What's really exciting you at the moment, both in the industry and also in Oman?
Yes. Let me tell you, in Oman, because this is greenfield, so we welcome new innovation. We always like to say Oman is the test bed of new technologies. We are not afraid to make these decisions, to experiment, to try, to venture something new. Therefore, we are looking forward to receive, companies who wants to establish or to branch out here in Oman. And because this is a new field, I think early comers will reap the most benefit. If you are an early comer in design, if you are an early comer in packaging, if you are an early comer in verification, and you set up shop here in Oman, you will receive the most attention. You will be in the front page because it's the first thing. And because the industry is new.
Yes.
So I think this is a good chance for companies who wants to, grow their business in the region to come to Oman. Oman, in many aspects, political, cost of living, infrastructure, in many aspects, is a perfect gateway for any company, a perfect gateway to the Middle East, a perfect gateway to the GCC. I think that there is a lot that we can offer, and we have proven that in other sectors as well. If you don't mind, I want to give some examples. Sure. So we are developing, let me take you away from semiconductor, but not very far away, and let's talk about the space sector.
Yes.
So we are developing the first spaceport in the region to launch rockets from Oman. And we actually did. We actually launched a rocket last December. Suborbital rocket. In an area where rockets are launched for the wrong reasons, we are launching rockets for the sake of promoting science. So yes, the government have given green light
Yes.
to do this. It's unheard of in the region. We are working with the company that is developing the spaceport. The company's name is Itlaq. We are working with the company to make the spaceport ready logistically from all aspects, defense, political, from all aspects, airspace and so on. Communications. We're working with the company to make it ready to launch commercial rockets in 2028 after running several trials and signing bilateral agreements. So the government have, for you to launch a rocket, you have to sign bilateral agreements with other governments around the world. So we are working on that. Oman is maybe one of the early countries in the world to license crypto mining companies. We've licensed companies who can mine for cryptocurrency here in Oman. So what I want to say is we are not afraid to take these bold decisions. We can, we want to try. We want to be, in the forefront of technology. And so this is an open invitation for semiconductor companies to come to Oman. Yes, and explore. And myself and my team, we will do whatever is necessary to turn all red tape to red carpet for them.
And I mean, with the whole AI wave in this in the world, I mean, what's exciting you right now?
Well, with AI, this is only going to accelerate the need for semiconductors. And what we found out with AI, and this is, everyone knows this, with AI there is a, hunger for power. You need more power and more energy to power AI.
We heard that at the conference today and yesterday.
Yes, to power AI data centers. And there are not enough AI data centers. We want more and more and more, which means the demand for energy will grow and grow and grow. So what we did here in Oman is that we took a conscious step here where we want to advocate for AI, but responsibly, in a way where we preserve the planet. And so we started a big project for green AI. So working with renewable energy companies to develop green or renewable sources of energy to power AI data centers. We have two main projects in this sphere. The first one is the Green AI Alliance. We announced a Green AI Alliance. This alliance brings together AI companies, data center companies, and power companies under one platform. And policymakers, obviously, the Ministry of Transport, Communication, Information Technology, and the Ministry of Energy and Minerals. This platform is a platform of co-creation, business development, opportunity framework. We frame new opportunities in green AI. So that's one project. The other project is the Oman Digital Triangle. So what Oman Digital Triangle is that we have allocated 3 locations in Oman that forms a triangle. And we are calling it a digital triangle. These 3 locations are dedicated to host AI data centers. And will be, hosting AI data centers powered by green energy and, surrounded with incentives, with the education that comes with it. So we have a ready talent pool to work in these AI data centers. So yes, with AI, the interest in semiconductor will grow. We have projects in AI and AI data center, but all these data centers will need the latest GPUs, the latest ASIC machines, and we want to be ready for that. We want to have the right talent, the right government policies, infrastructure, government policies in place, so that when we grow the data center business, some of the knowledge, some of the technology that are in the data center, like GPUs and ASIC machines and others, some of it will be maybe assembled here in Oman or developed here in Oman or repaired here in Oman.
Okay.
All these industries are linked together.
What's your favorite personal piece of technology?
That's a very difficult question.
Okay.
But I have to tell you, I've been fascinated with large language models recently.
Wow.
And I am a heavy user of large language
Okay,
models.
nice.
This is the piece of technology that never ceased to impress me.
Okay. Well, Your Excellency, thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.